one FedEx just stopped in and dropped off this big box. And I was tearing into it and I decided maybe I should make my first unboxing video. So here you go. This is the Fine By helical thickness planer. Maybe you've heard about them. You're starting to see stuff on YouTube about these things. So let's get open and see what we got. So obviously it's packaged up good. And I think I'm just gonna lift this thing out. Alright, here we go. So this is it. I've been waiting, well, I think 4 or 5 weeks for this. And then once it did ship, it actually arrived 2 days early. It's not even supposed to be here till next Tuesday, and today is Saturday. So far, I've taken it out of the box, taken the plastic off, and let's see. Fold the table down, and there's a box of goodies inside. Okay, that's good. Fold this other table down.
Let's see, parts included, knife insert screw, carbide inserts, stone weight screwdriver, fix mine yourself, screws, dust guide, connector, dust guide, and a bunch of screws.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Mostly just screws, parts, hardware. Now what you get in the box is your dust collection port, an adapter, the handle to lower and raise the cutter, some tools, some Allen wrenches, some extra bits, the directions, and some screws and nuts and some washers. So the first thing I will do is take the instructions out of the bag, get my glasses. There we go. And we'll set these right here. Next thing I'll do is put the dust collection. Guess it's gonna want to go like this. This is just gonna connect down here. And then get screwed in down there. Now the thing though that I've seen from other videos is if you're gonna put this 2.5 inch, 4 inch or 2.5 inch adapter on, you should put it on now because the screw will be nearly impossible to get to once it's on the machine. So here you can see you get a grand total of 3 screws, 2 for this and 1 for the handle. So let's put this in here. Looks like it's a kind of a deep hole, so. And also, use something obstructing the hole. Interesting. All right. That must be what these pokers are for. I like, oh, there it goes. So there was some sort of instruction. Set that on there. Put that on. I was gonna say, I'm not sure if it's threading, but it is, okay. Yeah. So that's on, nice and tight. Beautiful. So here's the extra carbide. I believe they give you 5 or 6 extra carbide inserts. There we go. And yeah, 5 inserts. Looks like the container would hold 10, but they give you 5. So there you go. 5 extras is better than 0 extras. and the screws that hold those on. Now, one of the first things you got to do is set a straight edge across the in-feed and out-feed table to make sure that it's completely flat and level. Well, let's just say flat in relation to one another. So we'll take it, throw a straight edge. I'm using my I-beam level. Throw a straight edge across all these and check it out.
Pretty well. Let's see. This side, actually, look at this side here. Will help. So, looks like that needs to pop.
You know, I kind of joked about tossing the instructions aside earlier. But sometimes it behooves us men to put our pride aside and look at some pictures. You know what I mean? And if worse comes to worse, you can always read the words. Leveling the table extensions. See figures 9 and 10. All right. All right. Well, I didn't really learn much from that. It basically says raise the bolts up and down to make it level. So that's what I'll do. Okay, so all three surfaces were pretty sticky with the anti-corrosion film that they put on there. You could really see it on the machine bed, but you could feel it on the in-feed and out-feed tables. So now it all feels WD-40 and paper towel. Feels smooth as butter. So I think we're getting there. Getting ready to try our first attempt at planing a piece of wood. Just stick around. All right, let's see if our dust collection is going to work for us. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Like a glove. All right. So there's the dust collection. Okay. Seems to be unlocked. So the thing that everybody notes about these machines is that they work really well because of the helical carding head, especially for the money. This unit is like not even $700 to wood. But everybody seems to make note that the chain drive, it raises and lowers this, is a little bit, it's not as smooth as it could be. And I see what they're saying, I feel it, but it's not really anything that's going to affect the finish. But it does bind up a little. It just bound up right there. I thought it was all the way to the bottom, and it was still this far away. So, yeah, it is a little clunky, to be sure. Alright, let's see. I gotta find a place to plug this thing in. Now, I don't want to start this thing with the cutter head on the table, so let's see where we're at here. Okay, we've got plenty of room. So, let's lock this thing and turn her on. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to get a piece to try. So this will be my first board I'm going to plane. This is actually a piece of butcher block that I've done an inlay. It's hard to see. The inlay wood is maple and the butcher block is, I think, ash or something. But you can kind of see it with some finish on it, it would pop out a little better. But it's been hanging around. I want to CNC some text in here. It's been hanging around, so I want to smooth up the back, make it a little thinner, but as you can see, it's developed a bit of a, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's developed a bit of a cup to it. Not a lot, but the edges are up. So I just want to smooth this thing out, and so I'm going to do the back, a few passes on the back, and then I want to just do like a 64th on this. It may ruin the inlay. I don't really care. That was a first attempt at inlay. That's the tree of life, if you can tell. So I'm going to raise this thing up. Raise it the other way. Oh, look at that. Well, that's a feature that needs to be included in this video. Well, here's a new feature for 2025, I think. Of the other reviews I saw of this, they did not have this gauge to tell you how much material you're taking off. You had to kind of guess or go by feel. And now they have actually included the gauge. And people were saying that was really the only thing they missed about the DeWalt, comparing a DeWalt to this one. Okay, well, it's been a few months since I started that video. You know how life can be. So I'm going to finish this thing up. I'm going to put some wood through here today, show you what kind of results we're getting. I did put the same sweatshirt back on just for consistency. So what I have this piece of white oak. It was delivered with some metal roofing I was installing yesterday. There's 4 pieces of this. It's nice, good, thick stock, pretty straight. And I thought, well, I'm not going to just burn that. I'll put that through the planer and see what that does. Also, I had glued up a maple panel. I'm going to be making a carving on it. For anybody who's interested, I am opening a Etsy store of woodworking products. So I'll be probably starting a channel to kind of document that whole process. This is the first product I've put on is this blessed sign, and that's available on the store if you're interested. But yeah, we're going to be making all kinds of like home decor items, signs, plaques, clocks, that sort of thing. I mean, it's still in its infancy. So we're going to be planing this down. You can see it's got a sticker on it and glue. So we'll see how that does. I did also just put this piece of pine that I glued up through, and it came out good. I'm happy with it. Looks nice. So my wife has something she wants me to, she saw something on Facebook the other day, a saying. She wants me to put that on a little plaque for her, so I'll be doing that. All right. I'm gonna grab some ear protection and we'll put this oak board through and see what we come up with. Well, that first pass was very light. Barely took anything off. So I'll unlock it. Go down that much. Try it again. So as you can see, with about 4 passes, we turned shipping material from the lumber company into a nice piece of oak. So let's do the back. Well, there you go. Now the wood obviously has some weather to it. I could keep going and pull that off, and in fact I may. But it's a nice piece of oak for free. So that's pretty cool. I got 4 of these total. Anyway, that's that piece. Let's do this maple blank and see how that looks all done up. It's 13 1/4. I gotta take a quarter off of it because the planer only accommodates 13 inches. I got this rig trimmed down now and we're gonna run her through. So there's 2 passes, taking off about 32nd an inch on all these passes I've done. Just about where I want to be. It looks good. There is a little bit of a low spot right there. You can still see some glue. But one more pass, we should have it. All right, there it is. We got that out, and that's a nice. Very nice. So let's do the other side. All right, and there's our back side. Nice and flat. We do have a little, this will be the back. There's a little hole right there from, I don't know if that was in the wood or if that's just from hanging around the shop for so long, but this is the side that will be the front. It's the side we're going to carve our plaque into. This is going to be a wedding plaque that I designed many years ago, actually, for my CNC machine that I built, which is right here. I built a CNC router from scratch a number of years ago, and I've kind of been playing with it for years, but as I developed this Etsy store, I'm going to be putting this to work a lot. So be looking for that in the future. Well, that's the review of the Find by 13-inch planer. It's definitely going to be a great addition to my shop, and I say it's definitely worth the money. That's my opinion. I welcome yours. All right, till next time, be safe. Oh yeah, and one other thing I forgot to mention. I talked about my Etsy store. It's called Stillwater's Home Decor. So check us out. Like I said, just got the one product now, but I'm going to be adding more weekly, if not daily. All right, see you later.